Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me start. My name is Ibanissa Fatma Salmarasti, and I'm here to present of effectiveness of using word chain games introducing vocabulary to primary students of my essay. So I'm studying English of Literature in Universitas Muhammadiyah Semarang. So here's the first slide that we're talking about the situation. So in 18 August until 16 September 2024, I was doing KKNKI that held in SB Ami Pinang, Bukit Mertajam City, Penang, Malaysia. So what is it? SB Ami Pinang is a place where Indonesian children who don't have official documents live in Malaysia, or they call in because they don't have a document, they call in undocumented. So, and this is keep increasing during around 2.7 million Indonesian migrant workers in Malaysia. There's three causes. The first thing is the student in SB Ami Penang is the children enter Malaysia illegally with their parents. And second, they were born to parents who didn't have complete documents. And the last condition is they were born from a religious marriage that wasn't legally recognized or had problem with their parents' marriage certificates. So I would say the children like a minimum have a minimum access, or let's say difficult access, for go to formal education or public school in Malaysia. And sadly, English is not required as a subject in SBM Penang due to the lack of teachers and the lack of capabilities teachers to teach English. And the second one is the fast. What are we doing there is, so we have an agenda to schedule every Thursday. We have an English class. So we introducing of basic vocabulary such as name of days, and then not only learning English with a book and a board, we have a game to learning vocabulary. So we made a four group of 22 students, and one group is a 5 until 6 students. So the rules of word chain games will be every group had a turn to play. So we have at least the group that turn to playing the game, and then the second is there was one word ready to guess in Indonesian. We have a one word Indonesian to give a first person to play, and then first person should tell the other until made a word chain in the last person. So, and the last person would guess the right English word of given during the teamwork. And the last is, if student in the last person can guess it right, the team would be get 1 point. And then the action. So after we doing the word chain games to learning for basic vocabulary, the student follow game was really excited and thrilled. Like even if it's just a game, but students still learning and understanding of the topic. Like they before they knew nothing. After we had a game and learning, now they can mention of the name of the day in English. And then of course, increasing their vocabulary so easily to remember and to understanding. And then learning English become interesting to do. So there's no stereotype that English really hard to learn. And then yes, English is not as much difficult student thought. And in the middle of the game, challenges can be avoided due some students too early to follow and not cannot ready yet. But however, they still participate the games to have an image or description how teamwork would be. And then the result. So how's the result of the word chain games to learning basic vocabulary? The results show positive output. Like now student can mention name of this English, like they can spell it and they can write it. So there's a big changes to student. And then cognitive abilities are increased because we to do learning with a teamwork, so they can increasing cognitive abilities like think together and then doing a teamwork with the grade, and then having a result to do together as well. And then the third is motivated to focus for learning new things. Like I love their spirit to learning something, that they're so excited to know something new despite the problems of citizen and so over, like the document, they don't have a document, or they call it undocumented people, Indonesian people in Malaysia, but students still have a belief, and they will get through all of this, and they can make it. And I hope during this activity, like the students still have a right, like all students do, like a Indonesian student in Indonesia, either they are not in Indonesia. So I'm glad to be part of that, to meet them, to teach them learn English. Even the facilities is really minimum, like they don't have access really easily to go out because they have not document. But thank you, I'm so grateful to meet them. And then so here it is, my presentation about the agenda, one of agenda in my KKN in Penang, Malaysia. So the conclusion is, I hope like Indonesia is not only Indonesian itself. Indonesia is larger, more than you think. Indonesia is like everywhere, even and abroad, especially in Malaysia, because they're still Indonesian, even they're not in Indonesia right now. But the spirit and the nationality of them is really Indonesia. They want to go back to Indonesia to be a citizen of Indonesia. So I hope their dreams would make it soon. So I think this is it. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.